How are we doing today? I'm just here to give you a quick tutorial and to break down the Schoology platform. Hopefully this will help, at least as far as navigating, understanding really what it is that you see, how to access things, and what parts of the different course materials look like. All right, if you're ready, let's get started. All right, so as we look at Schoology, hopefully you've already gone through, we're comfortable with logging in. There's another video for that if you want to take a look at it. All right, so as soon as you log in, you're going to see what we call the course dashboard. You essentially have at the top is all of your submenus for various things. You have a recent activity, course dashboard, and then a schedule of upcoming assignments or potentially overdue as well. Okay, so to start with this first little window, in recent activity, it's an opportunity for you to see things that have just maybe recently been uploaded. Say your teacher gives you an announcement or something that you need to be able to see now. Make a habit of always being able to at least check that. You can filter for most recent if there's updates or potentially polls, things that typically are time-based and need you to fill out soon. All right, so back to our course dashboard. Just shows you graphically, and they're all linked to the courses themselves, but you'll be able to see each of the courses that you're enrolled in. All right, a good way, if you're not back, so say we're in a course, we don't necessarily want to get there, you can quickly get back to your course dashboard by hitting that Aldine ISD logo. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and go through each one of these top menu. So courses, again, just larger. Now I have a lot more that you're going to see, but the one thing that's important to make note of is the courses that you're enrolled in, and the way that the teachers are assigning and keeping organized is we are going to put a course profile picture that has our section name and typically our section number. Some of us may even put our name as well. So for example, I have Avalos Art, A Day, section 1. So this is the way I referred to you all year. Miss Orozco, English, might be A1. It could look a little bit different, but definitely look for those pictures, and that way you'll be able to stay organized as to where and what you upload to. Okay, so courses, groups, you don't need to worry about those. For the most part, nobody will have groups enrolled. So this is specific for teachers. I had a group set up for after school for those that were doing the WeVideo stuff with me, but for the most part, don't worry about groups. Resources is essentially your bank for putting things. Could be that. Course materials, different things that you want to be able to upload or just keep track of. Okay, we have our search functions here. So you have, and it does have to be specific because you are typing in and searching from there, just like Google, right? So App Center, don't need to worry about that because you should have everything preloaded. No worries there. You have your calendar function. The nice part about the calendar, which we'll review a little bit more in a different video, and then Mr. Duncan on our calls, our Zoom meetings with you all. Okay, each one of these is hyperlinked. If you notice and kind of scroll over, right, you'll see a folder pop up that takes you to that root folder. Highlighted in yellow is the date. If you look at each one of these are individual assignments within these folders. Okay, so you want to be able to take a look there. You can always quickly view item, exit out, or look at that folder. It's going to take you to that folder. Okay, so I'm going to cancel that. Now if you go up and you start scrolling over and you see, oh, it's starting to go gray, you'll notice that if you press that little plus button, that is an opportunity for you to add something. It could be maybe you want to schedule out your day, or you want to be deliberate in when am I going to take my breaks? When am I going to do certain things? Maybe you're going to schedule certain assignments for yourself, like maybe Monday I'm going to do English and art. Maybe Tuesday, right? This, and this, right? Use it to your advantage. Okay. Now up here is going to be our messages. So you can write messages, or you might have messages that are written to you. This is basically like an email, right, within the program. Anything that you send out, when you hit new message, you just have to type in the person. Everyone within Avalos, admin, teachers, students are all going to be right here. You just have to type their name, and then it should show up, should populate. Send, it goes straight, and this is where it's going to come in. The last is notifications. So anytime that essentially you've either uploaded, maybe something has been graded, or somebody has responded to, great job, Trinity, responded to your post, this is where it's going to show up. The last is going to be your profile. When you click on that, you should notice that when you go through your profile, this is going to be the group that you're in, or in this case, where you're associated with. All you really need to do about this piece when you first log in is your profile. For those of you that don't want just that funny little graphic as you come in, these, go ahead and you can actually change your picture. So once you hover over it, edit picture, you can upload something there for yourself. And here's just some other basics. If you need an update, that's where we'll put it. Don't worry about the blog, no worries there. And portfolio. Great. Now, let's go ahead and go into the individual course view, and that way we'll wrap up and finish up. All right, so once you get into that course view, this is the things that you're going to see. You have that sub menu, navigation menu to the left, just depending on what. You're going to be limited in what you can access, but that's okay. This is going to be all of your course materials here. Know that each one of these are its own hyperlink. So it's going to take you to either the folder with the contents materials once we go in. So if you don't necessarily want to click right away, you can see what's in that folder by hovering over and clicking on the little down arrow. And that's going to bring up the course materials. These again are hyperlinked and you can go in. All right. And then over here is your upcoming assignment view. It gives you the date of when things are due and the time, if we've put a time in there. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead for this one. So we are in A period, or A day, first period. I'm going to view course as a student, so then that way you can see what we're looking at. Let's go with Blas here. Looking forward to see some of those books. Ducks, Blas, sorry, not books. Should be fun. All right, so when we go through, here's just a couple symbols that you want to understand, right, that are important. So thought bubbles are discussion boards. This is an opportunity for you to engage with your peers and with your teacher. I definitely highly suggest that you look at. Some of them are actually built into assignments, so do consider that. Right? Anything that looks kind of like a newspaper with a pencil, that's going to be an assignment. This is a folder, indicating that there's probably something inside of that folder. And for the most part, all the teachers have been instructed, and you should notice that we will have folders set up for each week. So you'll want to go in those with the associated week. Okay? So as you go through, a lot of us are and have taken the position of putting things in sequential order, meaning that they build on each other. So you start at the top, go down to the bottom. Once you get down to the bottom, you've completed that week's assignments. So you have an assignment, right? For me, I do warm-ups. I have pages, information. So this is all support materials. It's going to help you once you get down to the actual assignment here, submitting a critique. Right, so all those an opportunity, and then finale is really just your post-reflection, your opportunity to be able to work further in. Okay, so that is the student view. I'm going to go back, and just quickly, let's go through. All right, so I'm going to see, hey, what's the warm-up for this week in Mr. Bailey's class? All right, gives you that date that it's due. Here's the idea, some little background information. And then in this case, I've set up a rubric, and that way you can see, right? Self-portrait with no face, make that composition original, be creative, all right? And then for me, you're not gonna see this, but I will see who has submitted that. Great job, Brian. Okay, that is Schoology in a nutshell. Thank you all, and good luck.